So the day that Master Chief Collection was announced for Steam, I kind of just was excited for Halo and decided to start recording a video. And about 4 minutes into the video, I stopped it and said, I'm not going to make this video. It's too stupid. Um, Recently, I made a If Dante's in Smash DLC video, and part of that was just because, Capcom might want to. If Capcom was going to put in a character that wasn't Mega Man or Ryu, Dante is a very viable choice. I don't think necessarily that Dante has the greatest of chances, but if Nintendo went to Capcom and said, "Do you want anyone else?" Capcom would maybe pull for Dante. That being said, Nintendo's choosing not Capcom, so maybe that's not even the best logic there. And I'm saying mostly that it probably isn't going to happen. It's not the most reasonable character to be included. I think a lot of other characters have a higher chance, this including characters like Ryu Hayabusa and even the Doom guy. But I wanted to make a video about Master Chief being in Smash because I already made one about Banjo, and honestly, with Master Chief Collection coming out on Steam, it's becoming more and more reasonable to assume that Microsoft is okay with putting the Chief out there. The thing is about Master Chief is he is the face of Xbox. He is what launched the Xbox. He is what launched the Xbox 360 with Halo 3. And even though Halo's popularity kind of died a little bit, Halo Master Chief Collection was the reason I bought an Xbox One. Halo Master Chief Collection was the reason a lot of people bought the Xbox One. Master Chief Collection was kind of like a dream game come true, and a lot of us have been wanting it to come to PC for a while so we could play with our friends again and not have to worry about buying an Xbox. Mainly because a lot of people who want to play games on PC actually prefer the controls. It's not always just about better graphics and better this. Master Chief Collection looks really damn good on the Xbox One, and probably looks even better on the One X. I wouldn't know. But my point is that if it were down to just playing with a controller, I don't think people would care. I think people would say, you know what, it's worth getting on the Xbox One. But when it comes to this, when it comes to Master Chief Collection on PC, it's an online multiplayer shooter. I think a lot of people want to play Halo with a mouse, even though that's really not the way it's ever been traditionally played. It's not like, just give the people what they want. At the very least, they can play online with a controller if they don't like playing mouse and keyboard anyway, and we'll just see what happens. But in the meantime, yeah, let's just give the people what they want. And Microsoft has finally decided now is the time. I think they've been planning this for a long time. I think a lot of people have been speculating this for years and years, and it was never a question of if, but when. And it seems like now is becoming the time. And looking at the specs and what they're going to do for the PC versions, I'm very excited. And at this point, I think it's getting pretty obvious that Nintendo has total access to Microsoft. They could probably negotiate any sort of deal they want. A lot of people thought Nintendo and Microsoft were talking because Smash was on the way, and it made sense for Nintendo and Microsoft to start being buddy-buddy to discuss something like Banjo-Kazooie, possibly for an N64 Classic, sort of like the Super Nintendo Classic and the NES Classic, and maybe they would want to include a game like Banjo on it, and it would be a perfect opportunity if Microsoft was willing to work with Nintendo, because this was a game on the N64. It's not like it's that outlandish, and it's also a game that's really important to the N64 and its lifespan. So it's really it's something that makes complete total sense. It's not like they're putting like a random Sonic game on there. Like, this is a game that was on the N64. And not only that, but people thought maybe a character like Banjo could end up in Smash, and with a lot of other people speculating that Minecraft Steve might be in Smash, and obviously everyone has heard these rumors and debates for the longest time, but it's really getting to the point where we could see some in anything. To be completely honest with you guys, the reason why I'm kind of going over the edge is not because of Master Chief Collection being announced on the PC, and not even with the fact it's on Steam, because it's not coming to Switch. They didn't say Master Chief Collection coming to Switch. They didn't say Halo's going to be on the Switch. Okay, they didn't say that. However, it makes sense with Xbox Live coming to Switch for some sort of possibility of some sort of connection with Xbox, something you could do, maybe involving Minecraft, or maybe involving, some people have speculated on a streaming service or something like that. It just makes sense that if there's certain games that could come to Nintendo that could take advantage of an Xbox Live account, then yeah, that could be really dope. And the thing that pushed me over today is that Cuphead is coming to Switch. Now, let's be real here. This was a rumor. People said it when Xbox Live on Nintendo Switch was being discussed. They said games like Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest could be coming to Switch, and this is a console that would really benefit from having them. My fucking original video is a Cuphead review where I said I wish this game was on the Switch, and I would love Cuphead amiibos. I would buy them instantly. I'm a huge fan of Cuphead. I'm probably gonna buy it again on the Switch, even though I already own it on PC, and it's very exciting. And I don't think Cuphead's gonna be in Smash. Well, people think so. If anything, Cuphead could be an assist trophy, and that would be really funny if they did an update that added in like a few assist trophies, and Cuphead was one of them. But Cuphead does not have the moveset to really be a character. And even though a lot of people love Cuphead and would want him to be in Smash, honestly, I think a fucking Undertale character has a higher chance of being in the game than Cuphead, just because Cuphead just doesn't have a moveset at all. And yes, they could make one, but why go through all that effort for a random indie game character who only has one game? Yes, it's a good game, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense for a character in Smash. Whereas Banjo and Master Chief both fit in perfectly. And not only here's the thing. Some people think that if I'm saying Master Chief will be in the game, then Banjo can't be in the game. That's not even what I'm saying. Bro, there's a high chance they'll both be in the fucking game. There's 5 characters, and there's a possible chance of even more. Like, they could do a season 2 of DLC. I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, seriously, why the fuck would they not do that? There's no reason not to. Now, when you look at a game like Dragon Ball Fighters, a lot of people were saying there would be a season 2 of DLC, and I was kind of worried. Like, I don't know if they can do a whole nother 8 characters, and well, to them, their season 2 is 6 characters instead of 8. So, it doesn't have to be like a huge amount of characters. Like, the next season of Smash DLC doesn't have to be 5 more characters. I mean, to be fair, the game already has a huge, substantial amount of characters at the base roster, and 6 more with DLC, with the first one already being Piranha Plant and the next one being Joker. So, I mean, there's a high chance that we'll get even, getting more characters could be a little staggering, and honestly, you should be grateful for the fact they're giving you 5, especially because when you think about Smash 4, yeah, we got more than 5 DLC characters, but like 3 of them were from the past games. 3 of them were from Smash Brawl and Melee. So, actually, yeah, 3 of them were from past games, and then like, what, Ryu, Cloud, Bayonetta, and Korra, 4 of them were new characters. So, yes, this is technically more original new characters, and all of the DLC characters from the last game and every character's ever been in a Smash is in Smash Ultimate. That's pretty fucking good. Plus, there was new characters added in Smash Ultimate as well. So, the idea of there's going to be a season 2 of characters, yeah, that could be crazy. But the funny thing is that if they're doing a season 1 and they don't want to include Microsoft characters yet because they're still working on the details of this companionship, and Nintendo already picked out the characters, maybe they'll come more in season 2. But the funny thing is that if you look at the timeline, if you look at the timing of Nintendo announcing all of these things, and when Microsoft and Nintendo were talking, Microsoft having a DLC character right off the bat makes perfect sense. And honestly, with Joker probably being one of the most hype and epic reveals they could possibly have done, it was a great idea for that being the first reveal. And the only thing that would top it would be if a Microsoft character would be coming down the road later. So, will it happen? I think at E3 we will see. I think at E3 we will see Master Chief or Banjo or possibly both. Hell, I've been saying for a long time, E3 is a good time to reveal multiple DLC characters, not just one, but multiple, because that is where you blow people's minds, where they think they're gonna see one new character, and you just fucking go all the fuck out. Especially if they show one character during the Xbox press conference and another character during the Nintendo press conference. I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, the opportunities are just there, and it's so many hype moments. Because if you watch Xbox's conference, you might think, oh, and like they reveal Master Chief or Smash or something, you might not think there'll be another character reveal later down the road for the Nintendo Direct, but you want to see more Smash information, and I'm telling you, there's a real chance that we'll see multiple characters revealed at E3, and there's also a real chance we'll see multiple Microsoft characters, whether it be all in a first season, or maybe if they do a few extra characters down the road, whether it be a season 2 or just a random update, and they, you know, until they say they're done adding in characters, there's no reason to speculate they won't keep adding more. Um, Games get updates even long after they're released, so it's a real possibility. I mean, Master Chief Collection's getting an update that include Halo Reach, for crying out loud. So, yeah, games get fucking updated years after the fact, and there's a real possibility we're gonna get Master Chief and Banjo Kazooie. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying here, will Nintendo have to make a tough decision and choose one or the other? They might do that, or they might not. 5 characters, I feel like that's a lot. I have a hard time thinking of hype ass characters and characters that deserve to be in the game and don't deserve to be merely assist trophies. Because when I think about the fact that Shovel Knight and Bomberman are regulated to assist trophies, and then I think about other characters who could possibly be in the game, I would not want those characters to be in the game over Shovel Knight or Bomberman. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's super disrespectful to those characters that they're not in. Plus, there's other Nintendo characters that people wanted, like Isaac from Golden Sun, who's a fucking assist trophy. And again, the idea that certain characters would get in. Oh no, don't even fucking bring up Waluigi. I feel like Sakurai just really wants Waluigi to be an assist trophy because that gives assist trophies credibility. And again, it's like some of these characters, you want those characters in over Waluigi and Isaac from Golden Sun, or Shadow the Hedgehog, or Shovel Knight, or Bomberman? Like, no sir, no way, not fair at all. So I think with 5 characters, it would make way more, because like that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think about Steve. I think Steve would just be better as an assist trophy who could build stuff in the background. I don't think it would make any sense to make him be a playable character. Whereas Master Chief and Banjo both fit that role perfectly. Banjo more so just because of his history with Nintendo, but it's also because his moveset is just already there. I mean, really, it's already there. Everyone already knows what it is without even seeing it. It's just as natural as K. Rool's moveset. And when you think about Master Chief, there's a few different questions. So I've talked about the if it's possible. That's what I like to talk about in these videos. I like to say, is it possible? Now I want to talk about what the character would actually be like. So first and foremost, I think that this character would be heavy as fuck. Master Chief is a big motherfucker. Now normally characters are scaled to make sense, so Master Chief probably won't be like, actually realistically 8 feet, 9 feet tall compared to characters like Mario, but he will probably be about Ike's size, maybe even a little bit bigger. Honestly, I would prefer if he was Incineroar's size, because it just really brings in the massive scale of this, absolute warrior of a character. He's called a Spartan for a reason. He may not look like a, traditional Spartan, but it's just a nickname. It's the name of his it's the name of his, classification of his unit, of this program, of this type of soldier. But it's named that for a reason, because he's a big hulking warrior. Yeah, I would like him to be big, but I would like him to be like Incineroar size. But if he's like Ike size, that's fine too. He might have some slow ass kicks like Ganondorf. But I also would assume he would have some melee attacks that would resemble his melee attacks from the game. For example, in Halo 1, when you have the pistol, Master Chief will sometimes hit you with his gun, or he'll just straight up punch you with his left hand. I think we'll see some left hooks when he's out in the field fighting. And I also wonder if he'll be holding his assault rifle or his pistol at all times. And then, of course, his different weapons might come into play for his different moves. Sort of like how Snake has multiple different guns as well. Though with Master Chief, I think the best thing they could do is stick to his moveset being mostly consistent of Covenant weapons, because the Covenant weaponry is way more unique than human bullets. Plus, it's lasers, and bullets are kind of weird in Smash. I don't think there's a single character that has actual bullets in Smash. They all seem to have lasers or something else. And Snake, who actually fights with real weapons, just uses explosions and bombs and stuff like that. So I think with Master Chief, a good way to get around some of that stuff is to just not include those weapons and focus more so on, unless you maybe a rocket launcher, but more so focus on the Covenant style of weaponry. So this could be really cool because it could feature stuff like his one of his smash attacks could just be like a plasma grenade. That'd be really funny. Or one of his well, I don't know, but either way, I would say that his melee A attacks, his normal attacks, would include animations that he's done in Halo with different melee attacks. So maybe his combo will be like he punches you with his left, then hits you with the butt of his gun, whether it be a pistol or assault rifle, and then takes like another weapon like a needler or something and does a big hit. His forward smash could easily be the energy sword, or the hammer. The funny thing is that whatever, that's the thing. There's a gravity hammer and an energy sword, and either one could be his forward smash or a special attack. He could have his forward B could easily be a sword lunge, because when you have the sword in Halo, you do a forward thrust when you use it. Right when the crosshair turns red, your Spartan automatically jumps forward and slices. So again, perfect opportunity. Either one, they could figure out a way to use either one for that. He could also have the plasma grenade as his down B. That could be fun. It could be kind of like Mega Man's sticky bomb, but he would throw it. He could throw it like in an arc or something. So it could work a lot differently. In fact, that could even be his standard B, because grenades are such a big part of Halo. Yes, I would really like the plasma grenade to be one of his special moves, as long as it's not his up B recovery, because obviously that makes no sense. His up B recovery could actually be a rocket jump. Halo is kind of famous for its maneuverability, so something like that could be really funny if he just like shoots his rocket downward and it just makes him fly in the air. Plus, if you do it on the ground, it just explodes the ground and you go up. And if you're in the air, you just shoot a rocket downward. That's a great attack because that's two attacks in one. It would have this great area effect damage if you're near him that could blow you away. It'd be a great way to get away from enemies that also does damage. And when you're up in the air, it just shoots a projectile downwards. So to me, that just seems like it makes sense. Then I would want some sort of move that includes the Needler. Where the Needler would be introduced, I don't know. But at the end of the day, he needs a Needler. Maybe his Needler should be his neutral B, with the Plasma Grenade being the down B. With the Needler being the neutral B, maybe it does scratch damage, kind of like Fox's laser, where it does damage, but it doesn't do any pushback at all, and the character seems completely unfazed from it. And then after you shoot enough needles into their body, then a big explosion comes off, but you have to hit enough needles. See, I just described 4 special moves for Master Chief that make him seem like a very capable zoning character with a few good up-close options. This would be very accurate to how he would fight in Halo, and it also brings something very special and unique to the table. There's definitely no character that has a move anywhere close to the Needler from Halo, and I think the Needler is so fucking iconic that it would just be perfect. So, putting in the Needler for Master Chief, yes, that would be amazing. So this is just my pie-in-the-sky idea. I kind of have an idea just from seeing how Sakurai does things with characters. I never would have expected... I expected Inkling to be in Smash, but I never would have expected there'd be some ink mechanic that would slow you down when you walk over the ink, but also you would take more damage if you're inked up. That's a mechanic that I would have never guessed in 100 years. So, I'm trying to make some of those calls here. And if they made a DLC character, I don't think a single DLC character will be just an average good character that just kind of works well. I don't think they'll just. I just don't think they'll do that. I think they'll make really unique, special characters with each character, and I think that's why Piranha Plant is so off the walls because they wanted to make someone who would be super different from everyone else. With the introduction of Echo Fighters and semi clones here and there, there's really no point in making a character who's just a gun zone character. There's no point in putting Master Chief in if you're just going to make him a Samus semi clone. He's not going to fight anything like Samus. Of course, you could give him his plasma pistol as one of his B attacks. And if they did, that could be his neutral B. With the difference being, if he could charge it, he would be able to run and charge it at the same time. That could be a good idea for an interesting mechanic, but being able to run and shoot a charge shot just seems really too overpowered. Maybe they could have some idea where you have to hold down the A button, your attack button, to charge the plasma pistol. And if you do that, then you can release like a really strong up close attack. But also, I mean, you could do something like, one of his weapons could be his forward smash. Again, if it's not the sword, I would kind of like the sword to be his forward B attack, but especially if I'm thinking the rocket jump would be his up B, that might not give him a lot of horizontal movement in the air. So maybe a forward slash B move would be really a good idea. Plus, there's always the I forget what it's called, the bull true or the bullseye medal in Halo, where you can, if you shoot someone with a sword and kill them, you get a medal for it because they're coming right at you. So like that could be really fun. So I mean, maybe so maybe it would be like not the best forward B, but you have to have really good timing to actually hit him. Maybe you have like only a few frames to actually hit him when he's doing the forward B, and if you fuck it up, you just get punished horribly. So either Master Chief gets punished horribly or you do. So I mean, there's a real possibility with great unique moveset for this character with Master Chief. So I really feel like it's totally possible he could be in the game. As far as up smash and down smash, his tilt attacks could be just physical attacks. Like I kind of think he will have a forward kick sort of similar to Ganondorf's forward kick. It just, Master Chief's just a powerful guy like that. His down B could be anything. It could be just like him doing some sweep attack with the hammer that hits all around him, or something involving anything really. As far as his up B, again, that could be his hammer just swinging up, or him swinging up with a sword, or there's again lots of possibilities. As far as his final smash, I would think that it would involve either the Spartan laser or a vehicle, mainly because Halo is kind of famous because it has really great ground combat as well as vehicle combat. It's the combination that makes it really good. So maybe he would summon in like a bunch of Spartan Marine, or a bunch of like, maybe not Spartans, but maybe he would summon in like a vehicle of some sort, like a ghost, and shoots you down, then jumps off and gets on a scorpion tank and then blows you away or something like that. That could be fun. Or maybe when he uses his final smash, he hops on a ghost and then charges into you, and then you fly off into a cutscene, and then in the cutscene, he shoots you with a scorpion tank. Something like that could be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of possibilities because there's a lot of different weapons that don't use bullets that could work. I wouldn't want vehicles in his moveset. If they did, they could give him the ghost. That would make it sort of similar to Wario's forward B. But I just don't think we need another character with that gimmick. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't really be that unique. It would kind of take away from both of them, And I was just, Wario should be the unique one with that vehicle for his forward B, and Master Chief should just, have something different. So he could have, like, I want him to have a sword move that's not like Ike's forward B or Fox's forward B. I want him to have like his own variation of the forward B move, and I want the motions and like the speed of it to be kind of similar to if he locks onto you with a sword in Halo. So that's what I would like. That's what I would want. Now the great thing about Master Chief and his look is that Halo already has you covered for specially colored Spartans. So they could do this thing where in Halo, you get different customizable armor pieces, but Master Chief is always just kind of himself. Halo 1 and 2, you couldn't change your armor, but you could change the color of your armor. So you always looked identical to Master Chief. To be fair, I think they would do something more like that. But if they really wanted to, they could add in a few different armor pieces from Halo 3. Doing anything from 4 and 5 could be too off the rails, but maybe they could include something from Halo 4 and 5, like one of the helmet styles, but mostly keep it similar to 3, or at least the iconic helmets that seem to be the same every time, like the EVA helmet. Basically, what I'm describing is something more along the lines of what they did for the villager character, where every costume has a different hairstyle. This would be a lot of love being shown to a third party, so I don't know if that's completely worth it, especially when this is not just a generic Spartan, this is Master Chief. Master Chief kind of wears the same helmet and same armor in every game. So to me, unless they did like the Spartan 5 helmet, which is kind of different. He wore that in Halo 1. He was redesigned for Halo 2, and then they kind of brought it back in Halo 3 as a like cameo helmet that you can get in other Halo games that make you look more like how he did in Halo 1. So yeah, so you could do something like that. You could make that like his alt costume, but at the end of the day, just different colors would be great. Some of them could have secondary colors, and some of them could just be solid colors, like solid red, solid blue. Then do something like yellow with green stripes, white with red stripes, black with blue stripes, something like that. Because in Halo 2, you could have multiple armor colors. They kept that tradition for Halo 3. I would really want them to keep the color schemes and design of his armor as closely to Halo 2 and 3 as possible. So that's kind of what I'm going for here with this character. That's kind of what I would want with for Master Chief and his looks. For him, he'd be the first character where I really wouldn't care if he had alt costumes or not. To me, it just isn't really part of the point. Also, it would be really dope if one of his taunts he brings Cortana out of his and like she's just a hologram that appears on his hand and he goes back in or something like that. Kind of like how Link always has the fairies. Halo man. Halo always has Cortana in, like, you always have a connection to her, pretty much no matter what game it is. Halo 5, they kind of did away with it a little bit, but even still, the game was kind of revolved around her in some ways, so even if you don't have Cortana in your brain at all times, she's just too iconic. So having her there would be great, and also obviously one of the victory animations, he should pull her out for that one too. For me, Master Chief and Cortana are just inseparable. They're just a really cool pair. And yeah, I would really want that. And plus, that's another thing that really distinguishes this is Master Chief, not just another Spartan from the multiplayer mode. So, yeah. Anything else, though? I don't really know. There's no point in doing an Echo Fighter for Master Chief, and I never try to come up with Echo Fighters anyway. I just think it's kind of a fun thing to think about, and there's really no point to it because you might as well just do a color reference to that character and not just do an echo, because Master Chief would really he's just the Spartan. So imagine if they did like an echo for Spartan Locke. What's the point? Locke fights identical to Master Chief. There's literally no point to that. Any of the other Spartans would be the same way. So instead, let's just keep it where Master Chief is just Master Chief and his colors are just references to different colors from the multiplayer mode. I think that's completely reasonable to expect. Now, some people might be saying, oh, you want him to look close to Halo 2 and 3 because you're nostalgic, and, he had a different look in Halo 5. Yes, his armor was slightly different in Halo 5, but let's be real. The way Master Chief looks in Halo Infinite's trailer makes him look way more similar to how he used to look in 2 and 3. So this is like, I think even Microsoft would want Master Chief to be represented this way. This is the way they kind of want people to think about Master Chief, and I think it's part of why Master Chief Collection is being re-released, because they can show people, like, this isn't going to be like Halo 5. Halo Infinite is going to be something brand spanking new. So I am thinking Master Chief will be, if they do this, I'm thinking that's how he'll look for sure. So I've talked about the how. I talked about how he'd get in the game. I talked about what he would fight like, and I talked about what he would look like. Now I will talk about a stage. The funny thing is about Halo is that if you had to ask me what stage I think should represent Halo, I would probably mention something like Beaver Creek, aka Battle Creek, or Blood Gulch, or one of the maps from multiplayer. I really always liked Lockout and Blackout. When it came back in Halo 3, I was amazed. Ascension from Halo 2 is also really good. But it's like I'm just naming really cool maps that had different really cool designs. To me, there's two real choices here, and both of them come from Halo 1. One of these maps was so iconic in Halo 1's story mode that they made a Halo 3 multiplayer map based off this portion of Halo 1's story mode, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's this long bridge. It's just a long straightaway bridge, and that's all it is. It has a top side and an underside. If they made it into a map, they could easily do that by having a platform below and a platform in the middle, and maybe having it really, really long and stretched out with the boosters on the sides that thrust you back into the middle. Not all the way on the other side, but back into the middle. Um, that could be a really crazy and chaotic map that people might want to turn off, but it doesn't matter because you can just play Battlefield mode or Omega mode. So to me, in my opinion, if that's just ridiculous and not fun to play on, it doesn't matter because if it's crazy and kooky, then that fits perfectly fine anyway. So you could do it like this big long out stretch with those boosters on the sides that throw you back in the middle with a platform underneath that you could possibly go down into, and yeah, it could create some really fun, crazy, chaotic matches. This is a map from Halo 1's campaign and Halo 3's multiplayer, so it's kind of legendary in showing off both, the campaign and the multiplayer. If they didn't do that, though, if they didn't want to go in that direction, to me, the only other logical choice at all is the second level of Halo 1 called Halo. To me, this is the defining moment in Halo's history. Halo 1 was the first Halo I played, and I played it on PC right before Halo 2 came out. Actually, I think Halo 2 was already out when I played it. I don't remember. And I played it and really, really enjoyed it. And part of that enjoyment came from the fact that when I landed on that world, I felt so immersed. I felt like I was in this brand new world, and I could see the halo coming around me, and there was no enemies. It's this green, luscious planet that you could explore, and it was really, really cool. And as you explored, you found more of your troops and aliens. It was this big open field. So if they were going to do a map from Halo, to me that would be the only other one that makes sense other than the one I described. The one I described would be more fitting in my opinion because it is a multiplayer map in Halo 3 as well as a campaign map, and to me that captures the spirit of Halo more, but also because what I just described is a very unique and cool idea with the grav boosts that shoot you back in the middle. But if we want to talk about something iconic to Halo's story, that would be kind of the most important thing. I mean, the map itself is called Halo for a reason. Either way, the map should show either version of the map should show that if you look off to the side, you can tell you're on the Halo. You need to see that. That needs to be where it's up in the sky or something, where you can see the fact that you're actually on the Halo itself. That is kind of the big point in Halo, is that this is like a weird ring that has like planet life on it, but it's a creation from the ancient people, or the ancient species, I should say. So, yeah, something like that would be really, really, really cool. It has to be one of those two, though. If it's not one of those two, I will be really shocked. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking as far as a map for Master Chief. Honestly, I wish I could keep talking about this subject. Wish I could keep talking about Master Chief being in Smash, but there's really not much else to say. That's pretty much covers everything. I even said he would be like a slow and tall character, which I don't even usually go that far into detail for these characters, but I do think it's really important for a character like Master Chief. They also could take some inspiration from Master Chief being in Dead or Alive 4 on the Xbox 360. That kind of gave him some more combat options for his physical attacks. They could dive into that, but they could also just make up original attacks. It doesn't matter. Some of you might be thinking that's crazy, but When you look at Cloud's attacks, some of them definitely seem inspired from Final Fantasy Dissidia, the PSP game. And when you look at Mega Man's, he has the upper attack from Marvel vs. Capcom. Ken also has his super attack from Marvel vs. Capcom. So like, and he wasn't even in Marvel vs. Capcom. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. So like, you know, like people know these things. People have played many games. A lot of people work in these companies, and someone's gonna ask someone, "Hey, what do we know about this character?" And it's gonna be a thing. So people know these things, and someone knows that a Spartan character was in Dead or Alive, even though it's not Master Chief. A Spartan character was in Dead or Alive, so people know these things, guys. So yeah, there's a real chance Master Chief might have some moveset from that too. Some of his physical attacks at least will be, but for the most part, I feel like they could easily do it just with his different melee attacks. Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this topic. I wish I could just keep talking about it just because I love the idea of Master Chief being in Smash, and this exercise has really given me a lot to think about, and I'm very impressed and happy with how easily I could make a moveset for this character. So, I think he's happening. I think he's happening, dude. I think Master Chief has a huge shot because he is by far Microsoft's biggest property. So, only time will tell. We'll have to see, but I can't wait. So, alright, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.